My raw reaction to gravity from Hazbin Hotel. All right, everyone, deep breaths. Just deep breaths. Because honestly, I am not okay. Not even a little bit. Hazbin Hotel, you absolute mad geniuses, just dropped your new song, Gravity, and I swear to all that is unholy, it is the emotional gut punch I was absolutely, positively, unequivocally not prepared for. Like, at all. This isn't just a song, folks. It's a seismic event. It's a full-on psychological dissection, a masterclass in character tension, and an absolute banger all rolled into one. And today, right here, right now, we're gonna dive headfirst into my raw, unfiltered, completely unhinged personal reaction and break down every single glorious, terrifying second of what looks like an intense psychological duel brewing between our beloved Charlie and the ever enigmatic Alastair. Are you ready? Because I'm not sure I am, but we're going in. Let's get right into it. So, before we even hit that play button, let's set the scene, shall we? Let's talk about where my head was at, where our heads were at, leading up to this moment. Season 1, as we all know, ended with Charlie Morningstar, our perpetually optimistic princess of hell, doubling down on her seemingly impossible dream of redemption. She's got that unwavering belief, that fiery hope that can melt even the coldest demonic hearts. And then there's Alastair, the radio demon, lurking in the background, smirking like he already knows the punchline to a cosmic joke we're all too slow to catch. He's always one step ahead, always playing his own game. Every single teaser, every little snippet, every cryptic social media post since the season 1 finale practically screamed that we were heading for a major face-off between these two. The tension between Charlie's idealism and Alastair's cynical, manipulative pragmatism has been a simmering pot just waiting to boil over. But honestly, nobody, and I mean nobody, said it would be a full-blown, Broadway-style, emotionally devastating tango of hope versus hunger. I genuinely thought we'd get some verbal sparring, maybe a dramatic monologue, perhaps even a brief, sharp exchange of words. A song? Sure, it's Hazbin Hotel, a musical after all, but a song that would fundamentally alter my perception of the show's core dynamics? That felt like a stretch. I kept seeing the fan comments, you know the ones, buzzing across Twitter, Reddit, Tumblr, all saying things like, wait till you hear Gravity, it's going to break the fandom. Or, this song changes everything. And I thought, yeah, sure, cool song title. Probably a little fall from grace metaphor, right? Maybe a nod to the inevitable challenges Charlie faces. I figured it would be a powerful ballad, perhaps a solo for Charlie expressing her struggles, or maybe a menacing piece from Alastair detailing his plans. I was wrong. So incredibly, spectacularly, utterly wrong. My expectations were shattered, rebuilt, and then shattered again, all within the span of one song. This wasn't just a song, it was a prophecy, a warning, and a declaration of war all wrapped up in a 3-minute masterpiece. Reaction. Okay, deep breath number 2. Here we go. I'm pressing play. And look, if you haven't heard it yet, and seriously, what are you doing with your life? Pause me right now. Go listen. Do yourself a favor, experience it fresh, then come back, because we are going full on, no holds barred, spoiler heavy into this. You've been warned. The very first guitar hit, already darker than I expected. It wasn't a gentle intro, it was a statement. A low, resonant thrum that vibrated deep in my chest, signaling that this wasn't going to be a light-hearted number. It immediately set a somber, almost ominous tone. Then Charlie steps forward, her voice, oh her voice. It's softer than spun cotton, fragile almost, but packed with that signature, I will fix this, I will save everyone, determination that defines her. You can hear the vulnerability, but beneath it, there's an iron will, a spark of defiance that refuses to be extinguished. It's her essence, distilled into pure sound. And then Alastair. Oh, that damn radio demon. He just slides in, all vintage radio warmth, a familiar, almost comforting crackle that masks something truly sinister. But here's the kicker. Every single syllable he utters feels like barbed wire wrapped in velvet. It's seductive, it's alluring, but you know, deep down, that touching it will draw blood. It's a masterclass in vocal performance, a perfect blend of charm and menace. He's not just singing, he's weaving a spell, slowly tightening a noose around Charlie's idealism, and by extension, around my heart. The room literally tilted for me when Jessica Vosk, as Charlie, belts out that soul-crushing line. The rage in me is terminal. My heart did that elevator drop thing, you know? That sudden, stomach-lurching sensation as if the bottom just fell out of your world. It wasn't just a lyric, it was a confession, a revelation of a hidden darkness within Charlie that we rarely get to see. The sheer power and raw emotion in her voice, the way it cracks with barely contained fury and despair, sent shivers down my spine. It was a moment of profound vulnerability and unexpected ferocity from a character we often see as pure sunshine. And then Alex Brightman, as Alastair, hisses back with that chilling, almost gleeful malice. Heart rate is going to fall down like gravity. That line, delivered with such cold, calculating precision, sent ice crawling down my neck. It wasn't a threat, it was a statement of fact, a prophecy he fully intends to fulfill. The way he savors each word, the subtle distortion in his voice, it's just masterful. I actually paused the video completely involuntarily. I had to. I laughed at myself for pausing, for being so utterly overwhelmed, then immediately rewound because I needed to catch my breath to re-experience that visceral punch. I needed to analyze what just happened to my nervous system. The visual of Charlie's halo flickering, dimming, almost sputtering out, while Alastair's smile widens, becoming even more terrifyingly broad. Yeah, that image is living rent-free in my skull. It's a snapshot of their dynamic, a visual representation of hope being slowly suffocated by malevolent joy. By the final, lingering chord, I realized I'd been squeezing my phone so hard the case actually cracked. I'm not proud of that, I really am not, but I'm being honest. This song wasn't just listened to, it was experienced physically, emotionally, and perhaps even spiritually. It imprinted itself on my very being. In Death Analysis All Right, now that we've collectively caught our breath and maybe patched up our cracked phone cases, let's really pick through the rubble of our emotional devastation. Because Gravity isn't just impactful on a raw, visceral level, it's a meticulously crafted piece of art, a narrative powerhouse disguised as a song. First, let's talk about the lyrics. The word gravity itself. It shows up sparingly, doesn't it? It's not over-explained, not hammered into your head. And that restraint, that subtle deployment, makes it land so much harder. It's shown, not told, through this pervasive downward pull imagery. Chains binding, spirals endlessly descending, hearts that fall down. This isn't just about physical weight. It's about the crushing weight of expectation, of past failures, of unavoidable consequences. That restraint, that implicit understanding of gravity's omnipresence, even when invisible, is pure genius. Because that's exactly like Alastair's influence over Charlie, isn't it? It's not always overt. It's a constant, insidious pull, a subtle pressure that slowly, inexorably, drags her down. It's the weight of his unseen hand, guiding, manipulating, always present in the periphery, even when he's not explicitly on screen. It's the feeling of being tethered, even when you believe you're flying free. The lyrics paint a picture of an internal struggle where Charlie's hope is battling against an almost elemental force, personified by Alastair, who represents the harsh realities and inescapable truths of hell. Lines like, "Every step I take, a deeper fall," or "The higher you climb, the harder the crash," aren't just poetic, they're prophetic, hinting at the tragic trajectory of Charlie's season arc. This song tells us that the struggle isn't just external, it's internal, a battle for Charlie's very soul and her foundational belief system. Musically, Sam Haft and Andrew Underberg, you absolute maestros, threaded this gritty, industrial guitar under a waltz-like pulse. It's discordant, it's unsettling, it's off-kilter, like the room's rotating slowly, and you can't quite find your footing, you can't find the exit, and you're just waiting for the dizzying spin to finally throw you off balance. This isn't a harmonious dance, it's a struggle for control, a push and pull reflected in every note. The tempo changes are absolutely masterful, mirroring Charlie's mercurial mood swings, her moments of defiance and despair. The song speeds up when she rallies, when that spark of hope flares, when she tries to assert her will, creating a sense of urgency and desperate momentum. But then, it snaps back to halftime whenever Alastair tightens the vice, whenever his influence becomes undeniable, dragging her back down, slowing her pace, making her movements heavy and labored. Those sharp, staccato hits in the percussion, they don't just mark time. They feel like someone slamming a gavel, like fate's verdict being handed down, each hit a stark, inescapable pronouncement. It's a percussive representation of the inevitability Alastair constantly reminds Charlie of, each beat a step closer to her potential downfall. The instrumentation itself is a character in this duel, reflecting the chaotic, unpredictable nature of their relationship. The dissonance isn't random. It's deliberate, a sonic representation of the clashing ideologies and personalities. And the vocal layering? Oh, that deserves its own, dedicated paragraph, maybe even its own chapter. It's an art form in itself here. Charlie's lines are mixed center, dry, almost no reverb, keeping her vulnerable, exposed, raw. You feel every tremor in her voice, every ounce of her sincerity and pain. It's as if she's standing right in front of you, bearing her soul. Alastair's voice, on the other hand, swims in this rich, vintage delay, a deliberate callback to his 1920s radio persona, enveloping you in his old-world charm. But here's the chilling part. The delay tails don't just echo. They pan left-right, invading your personal space, creeping into your ears from every direction, just the way he invades Charlie's confidence, her thoughts, her very personal mission. It's an auditory representation of his insidious, pervasive influence. And when they overlap, when their voices intertwine in that horrifying duet, the engineers subtly duck Charlie's volume just a hair. It's so subtle you might miss it, but it's chillingly effective. Hope, Charlie's hope, literally gets drowned out, even if only for a split second, by Alastair's dark machinations. It's a sonic metaphor for the power dynamic at play, a clear signal of who holds the upper hand, even when Charlie is fighting with every fiber of her being. The contrast in their vocal treatments isn't just stylistic, it's narrative, telling us volumes about their characters and their struggle without a single word needing to be spoken. Jessica Vosk's performance as Charlie is a masterclass in conveying raw emotion, her voice soaring with desperate hope and plummeting into despair. Alex Brightman, on the other hand, delivers Alastair with a terrifying blend of theatricality and genuine menace, his vocalizations dripping with condescension and control. Now, let's talk about the animation notes, because VivziePop's team uses color temperature like a literal weapon in this scene. It's not just pretty, it's purposeful, a visual guide to Charlie's deteriorating emotional state. Charlie's usual warm pinks, those vibrant hues that are synonymous with her optimism and her very being, they subtly desaturate each time Alastair sings. It's a slow bleed, a gradual draining of her light and warmth. By the bridge, the background isn't just dark, it's this bruised violet, a heavy, oppressive shade that serves as a visceral, undeniable visual cue that Charlie's idealism, her boundless optimism, is suffocating under the weight of Alastair's influence. It's like watching her spirit literally being drained from the frame. And if you're quick, if you pause at precisely 2:47, you'll catch it. The fleeting but powerful silhouettes of overlapping angel wings and radio tower spikes. It's a blink and you miss a detail, but it's packed with meaning, heaven and media manipulation, purity and corruption, fused in one haunting frame. It's a symbolic representation of the forces at play, the divine and the diabolical, all converging on Charlie's dream. I'm still processing that. It's the kind of visual storytelling that elevates Hazbin Hotel beyond just a cartoon. It makes it a living, breathing piece of art that demands multiple viewings and deep analysis. The character animations themselves are incredibly expressive, each flicker of Alastair's smile or tremble in Charlie's resolve adding layers to their psychological battle. And finally, the lore implications. Oh, the big ones. This song isn't just a character piece, it's a foundational text for the rest of the season, a blueprint for the coming conflicts. It practically confirms Alastair's power source, doesn't it? It's not just raw, brute strength or ancient demonic magic, it's fear and control. He feeds on despair, on the erosion of hope, on the subtle manipulation of others' wills. He doesn't need to physically overpower, he psychologically disarms and dominates. It's a far more insidious and, frankly, terrifying form of power. Charlie's rage is terminal line? That's not just a moment of emotional outburst. It's a chilling echo, a direct callback to the pilot episode where her father, Lucifer, warns her not to promise what she can't deliver. It hints that her own boundless hope, her unwavering idealism, could literally kill her if it fails. If her dream of redemption crumbles, if her efforts prove futile, the internal devastation could be absolute, terminal. It suggests that Charlie's greatest strength could also be her ultimate undoing, a tragic flaw waiting to be exploited. Outro. Gravity isn't just a showstopper, it's a warning label. It's a mission statement for the season. Hazbin Hotel just leveled up from chaotic, fun-loving musical comedy to full-blown Shakespearean tragedy, and Charlie's signature, unwavering optimism, is now officially on life support. It's clinging on, but barely. If episode 2 hit this hard, if it delivered such a profound, character-defining, and narrative-altering moment, then I'm legitimately terrified and equally, undeniably excited for what's coming next. This isn't just a show. It's an experience, a journey into the darkest corners of hell and the human, or demonic, heart. Make sure you're subscribed, hit that notification bell, so we can survive the rest of this season together, dissecting every frame, every lyric, every gut-wrenching moment. Until then, keep your feet firmly on the ground, because trust me, gravity's got its eye on all of us and it's always watching. We're in for a wild ride, folks.